Good morning, my friends. Hope that you're having an awesome day. This is Carlos. It is February 14, Valentine's Day. But one of the things is that we're always creating, always looking for ways in how to interact. Let me get here the music a little bit lower. Let's see here. And I go there. Perfect. So, one of the questions that I constantly get from people because I see that I have QR codes in shirts, QR codes in documents is how can I use the QR codes and is there a better way to do it or not? And there's a couple of different types of QR codes and they're important specifically if you're going to print them out and you don't want to keep changing them like reprinting the material, but you want to redirect where they go. And that's what they are called static QR codes and dynamic QR codes. And I'm going to go through them. I'm going to show you how to create them on the platforms that I use to create them. It's not difficult, but in simple terms, a QR code, what it does is that it creates an image so you can actually use your phone so it can take you to do something with the phone. That could be go to a URL, send a message, connect to Wi Fi, open a menu, different things like that. So let me share my screen here real quick. And I am in one of my favorite tools. I'm in Canva. And Canva allows you to create QR codes. And they're very simple to create. But this is the most basic type of QR code. That is a static QR code. After you create it, you cannot change it. What I mean is that if you send it to a URL and after it's printed out, you cannot go back to that QR code and update it to send them somewhere else. So when you go in Canva, you go into the site, you go into apps, and then you go into here the site, you go into QR codes and you create open. And all that you have to do is that you type the URL. So let's say that I want to do this and I'm going to send it to my website, one of our new pages, and I can change the background color. So let's say if you're going to have it as an overlay, and I can click create, and I'm going to have this QR code that is in here. And you can test it right now with your phone. You can maximize it. And let's say right there. What I normally do when I create them in Canva is, hello, Adrian. Uh, I actually create an image like you're seeing here, a 1080 by 1080, so I can have the image as a big. And if I want to change the background, I can come here and let's say change the background so I can see it. And right there, I have a QR code created. And this works. So you can actually, right now, if you're watching on your computer, you can actually scan the QR code and it will take you to one of our new resources, the YouTube channel optimization checklist. But what happened? Let's say that you print this out and now you want to send it somewhere else. And you're going to ask me, Carlos, why do I want to send a QR code somewhere else? Let's say that you're a speaker and you have a presentation, and that presentation you use it constantly, or you're doing video and you want that QR code that instead of going to an old page or an old resource, they can automatically go to a new resource. With this type of QR code, that is a static one, you can change it. Let's say that you are an organization, and let's say a church, could be a nonprofit, could be whatever, and you print something out and you put it somewhere in the building. And when people try to connect, now you have to reprint all those QR codes if you're going to change the landing page. There's a better way to do that. what is called a dynamic QR code. And there's different generators. I'm going to show you one that I use that is called QR.io. And the difference on this is that when I create the QR code, it's going to ask me where do I want to send it. So let's say in this case, I'm going to say URL the same way. And when I create the QR code, I'm not going to talk about like all the cool features that like a dynamic QR generator, but you can change the colors, you can change the way it looks. But the cool thing about the dynamic QR code is that after I create the QR code, I can come back. So you see, it creates a landing page. And again, each of the dynamic versions will do it. And I can later on come and change it. Same QR code, it doesn't change because it's coming to the page. The difference between this QR code and the one in Canva, the static is putting the information in the QR code here. The dynamic creates a back page so it can help you redirect people somewhere else. So right now, I'm going to rename this. This is a YTC checklist. And when I scan it, it goes directly to that page, or I can come and I can click edit content and I can just change the page where I want that to go and then send it out. And I don't have to change anything. So when I create QR codes, they're going to go on customers, let's say on their shirts, on their videos, on anything. I use a dynamic QR code generator because in that way it make it easier. So my friends, I use QR.io, very simple. But another one that is really good is Flowcode. So let me just go here. Flowcode.com. And they both do the same thing. So you can create your QR codes in a dynamic way. So you don't have to keep working and doing another version and keep updating. So my friends, there you have it. How to create your dynamic QR codes and understanding the difference between a dynamic and a static QR code. My friends, we'll see you on our next video.